The Pac-12 has risen from the dead. Here's what I think they need to do in order to reclaim their status as a power conference. If you're the Pac-12, your first call has to be to Stanford and Cal. These are two former Pac-12 institutions who are really highly ranked academically and also have long and rich athletic histories. Adding these schools gives you two marquee programs to help boost the resume of your conference and help attract other teams. Stanford and Cal are not going to join this iteration of the Pac-12, though, unless there's other like-minded institutions in the conference. When I say like-minded, I mean highly ranking academic and also solid athletic programs in the conference. So here are some other schools I think the Pac-12 has to add if they're going to draw Stanford and Cal back in. Really quick, the goal of the Pac-12 is to be a power conference, not just be a Western-based conference. If it was just going to be a Western-based conference, Oregon State and Washington State would have just gone and joined the Mountain West. They are going to add teams a little farther east than people think to really help them solidify themselves as a power conference. So these teams might be a little farther east than people think, but here's what I think would be successful. Outside of Stanford and Cal, Tulane and SMU are the two schools that the Pac-12 has to prioritize first. These are two highly ranked academic institutions who have also had recent athletic success. Tulane obviously has been great in football the past few years, and SMU has a large NIL program, which could really help them boost themselves into the upper echelon of the power conferences. They also have big media markets with Tulane in New Orleans and SMU in Dallas. This is farther east than the previous Pac-12 was, but if the Pac-12 is going to be a power conference once again, they're going to have to go a little bit farther east, and I think Tulane and SMU are the perfect additions and would really help Stanford and Cal see that there's highly ranked academic institutions who really prioritize that aspect of college over just pure athletics. Obviously, 10 schools is enough. They're going to need to add more teams, specifically good athletic programs or large media markets. I think first has to be Memphis. Memphis is a historic basketball program who's also been really good in football recently. Memphis is in a large media market in Memphis, and they're also pretty close to Tulane and SMU, which would give good travel partners for those non-revenue sports. And alongside Memphis, I think you have to dip back into the Mountain West Conference and grab UNLV. Leaving Las Vegas in this day and age out of the Pac-12 would be a huge mistake. It's a large media market and would be a great place to host conference championship games, while also adding a school like UNLV that's been a lot better recently in football, and their basketball is on the rise once again. So adding those two schools adds two historic basketball programs, which really helps boost the basketball pedigree of the conference, as well as add some large media markets. Speaking of basketball pedigree, though, I went ahead and added two non-football schools to the conference. The first is obvious. It's Gonzaga. They would be a power conference team if the Big East made more sense geographically, but I think this new iteration of the Pac-12 would be a perfect fit for them. There's a lot of good historic basketball programs in this conference, and I think Gonzaga fits right in there. On top of Gonzaga, I added Grand Canyon. It's a little more outside the box, I know, but Grand Canyon is a really fast-growing university, has really good athletic facilities, and also is in a good media market in Arizona. So I think adding these two adds, one, a really good historic basketball team, and also a team on the rise in a good media market, and it really helps round out this conference both geographically and just in general, and adds another level to the conference pedigree. I think this conference would be enough for Stanford and Cal to jump ship from the ACC back to the Pac-12. Maybe it wouldn't, but this is what I think the Pac-12 is going to have to do if they want to claim their status as a power conference once again. What would you do? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.